king or queen of all the racket sports, that's true, but on a club level, tennis is endangered, and if we don't do something about it, as I said, globally or collectively, Padel, Pickleball in States, they're going to convert all the tennis clubs into Padel and Pickleball.
Tennis is falling behind, ranking last in yearly media revenue among major sports. The sport is a mess, with 7 separate organizations like the Grand Slams, ATP, and ITF creating confusion and inefficiency. Meanwhile, pickleball is booming, with rapid growth projected over the next decade, turning it into a major industry. But it's not just pickleball causing waves. Padel, another fast-growing sport, has seen its courts skyrocket from 6,000 in 2014 to 30,000 in 2022. Today, the global network of padel courts stands close to 50,000, reflecting the sport's explosive expansion. Spain leads padel's rise, with 6 million players in just 2 years and nearly half of the world's courts. The sport is also surging in countries like Sweden, the Netherlands, and Argentina, further threatening tennis's dominance. Tennis courts are vanishing across the country, and it's not because of a lack of players, it's because of pickleball. This booming sport is taking over, with millions of players, celebrity endorsements, and even pro tennis players switching sides. If tennis doesn't act soon, could its days as the king of racket sports be numbered? The rise of pickleball. Where did it come from? Pickleball has been around for much longer than most people realize. It was actually invented back in 1965 on Bainbridge Island, Washington. The sport was created by a group of friends who wanted something fun and easy to play with their families. They ended up mixing elements from tennis, badminton, and table tennis, and named the game after the inventor's dog, Pickles. For decades, pickleball stayed under the radar, played mostly in small niche communities across the United States. Fast forward to the pandemic, and suddenly, pickleball exploded in popularity. With traditional sports on hold, people flocked to pickleball courts for an easy way to stay active and social, while maintaining safe distances. By 2020, it was no longer just a backyard game. From 2019 to 2023, the sport saw a meteoric rise, especially in the US. Courts were popping up everywhere. The number of new courts built skyrocketed, making pickleball the fastest growing sport in the country. According to a top pickleball player, the sport's accessibility and simplicity made it perfect for the lockdown era, leading to the sport's unexpected boom during that time. The key appeal of pickleball. Pickleball's biggest draw is how easy it is to pick up. Compared to tennis, it requires less technique, and the smaller court means you don't need to be in peak physical condition to enjoy the game. It's a sport where anyone, regardless of age or skill level, can join in. Younger players love the fast pace, while older players appreciate that it's less demanding on their joints. Take Jamie Murray's words. "I can play with my dad. I couldn't really do that with tennis." That says it all. Pickleball bridges generations. Beyond ease of play, pickleball is also incredibly social. It's typically played in doubles, which makes it more of a team effort and encourages interaction. Many players say the social aspect is just as important as the game itself. Places like Chicken and Pickle combine food, drinks, and games, making pickleball not just a sport, but a community experience. It's a sport that brings people together, making it as much about connection as competition. Why pickleball is threatening tennis. Pickleball's rise is putting serious pressure on tennis, especially when it comes to court availability. As more players turn to pickleball, tennis courts are being taken over. From 2019 to 2023, the number of tennis courts repurposed for pickleball has surged. In some places, this has even led to tensions between the two communities, like in Santa Rosa, where incidents of vandalism over court space made headlines. This issue isn't just about court space. Tennis as a sport has been struggling to adapt to the modern world. While tennis is popular worldwide, it hasn't found ways to make itself more accessible or appealing to new audiences. Novak Djokovic recently pointed out that tennis isn't using its global reach as well as it could. In contrast, pickleball has grown quickly due to its simplicity, ease of promotion, and ability to attract casual players. Tennis also faces internal problems. The sport is governed by several different organizations, like the ATP, ITF, and WTA, all with their own priorities. This fragmentation makes it harder to push tennis forward as a unified sport. There's a sense of frustration from those within the tennis community, especially coaches who feel the sport could do more if its leadership worked together. Meanwhile, pickleball, with its streamlined organization, continues to expand effortlessly. Financial impact and corporate sponsorships. Pickleball is becoming a gold mine for businesses, and corporate investments are pouring in. Big names like LeBron James are betting on the sport's explosive growth. Major League Pickleball has attracted millions in sponsorships, with companies recognizing the sport's appeal to a wide audience. As more people play, pickleball is gaining media attention and attracting more corporate dollars. Meanwhile, tennis is struggling to keep up. Despite its global popularity, it hasn't been able to secure the same level of corporate sponsorships. The sport's fragmented structure and complicated governing bodies have made it difficult to market tennis effectively. Over the past few years, tennis's media revenue has steadily declined, while pickleball's has risen. This growing gap is worrying for tennis, which needs to find new ways to attract sponsors and keep up with pickleball's momentum. Pickleball is also starting to offer serious financial incentives for players. Professional tournaments now offer prize money that rivals some lower-tier tennis events. These growing prize pools make pickleball even more attractive to both sponsors and athletes. As sponsorship deals continue to grow, pickleball's financial impact will only increase, putting even more pressure on tennis to adapt and find new ways to stay competitive in the sports business world. Tennis stars switching and pickleball's noise controversy. Some well-known tennis players have made the jump to pickleball in recent years. Sam Querrey, a former world number 11, and Jack Sock, once ranked as high as number 8 in tennis, are among the notable names to have crossed over. Noah Rubin, a former junior Wimbledon champion, also took up pickleball, looking for a fresh start. These high-profile crossovers show how much attention the sport is getting, even among top tennis professionals. However, success in tennis doesn't always guarantee dominance in pickleball. While these players have impressive tennis resumes, the differences in the games present challenges. Jack Sock has spoken about the unique tactics in pickleball, like extended dinking and the smaller court size, which force a different style of play. Even with their skill and athleticism, tennis stars often find they have to adjust their techniques to succeed in pickleball. But as pickleball grows, so do the complaints, especially around noise. One of the biggest controversies surrounding the sport is the sound created during rallies. The paddles and perforated balls create sharp, loud noises that many find irritating. In fact, noise complaints related to pickleball have surged between 2019 and 2023, leading to restrictions in some cities. Compared to tennis, which has a more subtle, rhythmic sound, pickleball's rapid-fire rallies can be a bit overwhelming. The constant clatter of the ball has even led to calls for noise bans in certain communities. This difference in sound levels is striking and highlights one of the reasons why pickleball, despite its popularity, faces backlash from some neighborhoods and tennis purists alike. The future of tennis. Is it doomed? Tennis, despite the rise of pickleball, remains strong at the professional level. Participation in tennis has held steady over the last few years, with a modest 1% increase in 2023. While pickleball continues to dominate headlines, tennis's deep-rooted fan base and professional infrastructure keep it resilient. Top tournaments like Wimbledon and the US Open still draw massive global audiences, proving that tennis isn't going anywhere yet. However, tennis needs to adapt to keep up. Andy Murray has voiced concerns, saying that tennis needs to lower its barriers to entry, making it more accessible to younger players and fans. Strategies like increasing media coverage, developing youth engagement programs, and building a stronger community at the club level are all ways the sport could attract new audiences. Tennis needs to evolve and modernize its image, making it appealing to today's fast-moving digital world. With creative adaptation, tennis can revitalize itself, ensuring its place alongside other racket sports in the years to come. but it's clear that action is needed, and the sport must look for new ways to connect with younger generations if it wants to stay in the game long term. Collaboration or competition? The idea of tennis, pickleball, and paddle competing for dominance might be short-sighted. There's a growing belief that all three sports can coexist and even collaborate. Andy Murray has spoken about this, saying, "There's room for all of them. Each sport appeals to different audiences, and rather than pushing each other out, they can complement one another." Looking ahead, we could see clubs offering all three racket sports, tennis, pickleball, and padel, under one roof. This would allow players to explore different styles, attract a more diverse crowd, and increase participation overall. Such integration could create a vibrant racket sports community where players, regardless of skill level or age, have options. This shift would not only help tennis, but also give pickleball and padel a permanent place in the sports world. Collaboration, rather than competition, could be the future of racket sports. So, with pickleball rising and tennis fighting to keep its crown, what do you think? Can tennis and pickleball peacefully coexist, or will one sport dominate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.